Hello there and welcome to the Card Grotto. Today I've got my monthly haul to share with you. These are items that I bought in the month of March. I do apologise for the delay in getting the video up. I was waiting for a particular item. In the end I had to actually cancel the order and purchase it from somewhere else, but never mind, finally getting the video up to share with you. So as I usually do, I thought I'd just share with you what I bought in the month of March. So first of all, back at the beginning of March I ordered from Craft Stash. So I got two of the newer Distress Oxide colours. I haven't been purchasing all of the Oxide colours. As much as I really love the formula, I'm still actually collecting the normal Distress Oxide colours. There's a few, maybe about 5 that I haven't got still of the mini Distress inks, so I don't really want to collect all of the Oxides before I've managed to actually get all of the normal Distress inks, because I still really like the Distress inks, like the normal ones. I do, as I said, I do really like the formula of the Oxides, but they definitely haven't replaced the normal Distress Oxide, the normal Distress inks, sorry, for me personally. But like I said, I'm just buying a couple of the colours sort of here and there. So this is the shaded Lilac and this squeezed Lemonade. Just really like those colours and use them sort of a fair amount. Next up I got the stitched rainbow dies from Craft Stash. This is one of their kind of own branded dies. They kindly sent me some cloud dies to use, and I thought this would work really nicely with those cloud dies. I was surprised actually how large the die is. I clearly do not read the dimensions of things online, because I've got another product coming up that I didn't realise what the size of it was either. That's completely my fault, but actually this is a really great price point considering how big the actual die is. So really looking forward to using that, and hopefully I'll have a video sharing how I'm using that coming up shortly. Next up, the other product that I didn't realise the size of is the purple tape from Thermoweb. I've heard really great things about this, but I didn't actually realise that the width of the tape is actually quite a lot bigger than I expected it to be. Again, absolutely my fault, completely didn't read the dimensions on the website. I got this from a company in the UK called Barn Yarns, and quite glad that I managed to get hold of it. I haven't actually tried it yet. It seems to be probably the equivalent of most of the other kind of masking tapes or painter's tapes, but apparently it comes off of the surfaces really nicely, so I thought I would go ahead and give it a go, and I particularly like the colour purple, so I thought I would just give that a go and see what that's like. Next up, I made an order from Sunrise Crafts and I got hold of the mini alcohol inks, and this is the set number 4 in the different colours. I really like these colours, the pink, the teal, the purple and the grey there at the bottom. I wanted to try the technique that Holtz does with the ghosting of the alcohol ink. So he stamps the archival ink over the alcohol ink background, and then he kind of gets rid of it with a cloth and it kind of leaves a ghost impression, and I really wanted to try that out, and I was just going to use the black archival ink, and then Jennifer Maguire did a video on it and she mentioned that she thought she got better results from using different colours of ink compared to what colour you use in the alcohol inks of the background. So of course we have to listen to Jennifer Maguire, she knows what she's talking about, so I thought I'd go ahead and get a pack of these mini inks, and I particularly use these colours quite a bit, so and they're really tiny, so I'm sure I can manage to find somewhere to put them, and they are adorable, and like I said, really like the colours on these, so I'm looking forward to giving that a try. Next up I got the Altenew crisp embossing powder in rose gold. I did a colouring course with Faye Wynne Jones, and Dies to Die For are there as well, so I picked this up in the shop, which is quite nice because it's quite nice to actually sort of see things in person. It's quite nice, but at that point in time, sort of later on in the month, I've basically been trying not to buy anything for the last couple of weeks, which is really painful, but I just bought the one thing, which is this rose gold embossing powder. I've wanted to been trying it for quite a long time. Debbie Hughes kindly sent me a card where she'd used it, and I just thought it was so pretty. I'm not a big fan of metallics, you may have seen on my cards. I really love other people using them, but I don't tend to use them that much myself, but it's just such a lovely shade that I thought I wanted to give it a go. Next up I got a new Epicurean board from Amazon. I got this basically kind of like in a sale, I suppose. You know, Amazon sometimes has sort of randomly sort of sales going on, and they had it for a really, really good price. I have a smaller version which I use a lot. It's really good for sort of heat embossing on and things like that, anything you're going to use your heat tool on, because it withholds any sort of heat that you place on it. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, it says at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 centigrade, it withholds the heat, and I'm not sure how high the embossing guns or the heat tools get, but seems to be no problem with those whatsoever. And I really like this one because it's got a handle on. It's a little bit bigger, and like I said, it was pretty good price on Amazon at the time that I bought it. Next up, I then made an order from Joanna Sheen and got a few alcohol ink bits. I've been using alcohol inks a lot and I'm really enjoying using them, so wanted to get a couple of the newer items. So this is the new alcohol ink tool set. Basically, it's just some brushes and one of the mini misters, and it says on the back to use with the alcohol inks and blending solution, which I'm quite surprised about because Tim Holtz says definitely do not use the alcohol ink blending solution in a mini mister bottle. So I'm quite surprised that they have marketed it in this way. Obviously you can use normal sort of ice, I can never pronounce it, which I'm surprised at because I'm a nurse and I can pronounce lots of really weird things, but the isopropyl alcohol, you're not really supposed, you can put that in this bottle, sorry, but you can't put the alcohol ink blending solution in this bottle because it's got different resins and things like that in, and they're really not supposed to be in the air, so don't use it in that. But you can use rubbing alcohol or the other word for the alcohol in this bottle. And then there's just some brushes, the same kind of brushes I think that they market for their other brushes that they came out with, but I thought it'd be quite nice just for me to have some dedicated specifically to alcohol inks. I'm pretty certain that the alcohol inks are probably going to damage the tips of the brushes, and I definitely wouldn't want to use them for watercolouring or anything like that, so I've kind of just got some dedicated ones for that, which is quite nice, and this set wasn't too expensive. This actually isn't for alcohol inks, but I forgot to mention it. I did pick up the Distress Resist spray as well. I've seen some really great interesting effects being used with this through stencils and things like that, so I'm really looking forward to giving this a go. Back onto the alcohol inks, I did pick up a few alcohol inks from Joanna Sheen. A couple of them are the newer colours. This is the Amethyst. I apologise, my camera colours are going a bit funny. They don't particularly like the alcohol ink bottles for some reason, but this is the Amethyst, really, really beautiful purple colour. And then I think this is a newer one, I'm not 100% sure. This is the Aquamarine, really, really pretty colour. Unfortunately, the pistachio was out of stock, so hopefully I'll be able to get that at another point. This is Stonewashed, a colour that I didn't already have, but it is one of the older colours. And then two other of the older colours. This is the Wild Plum, which is kind of like a cross between a purpley and a pink, obviously like a plum colour. And then I also got hold of the Pink Sherbet because I don't have that many pink shades, and I've been using them a little bit more recently. And then to go along with my alcohol inks, I finally got hold of the alcohol ink storage tins, which I've been wanting for ages. As soon as they came out, I'm incredibly impatient when it comes to things like this, storage wise anyway. I really wanted to get hold of them just to be able to store my alcohol inks in them. I've been storing them in a box, which has not been a problem, like this box here. I don't know how you'll be able to see it without me sort of tipping it over. One of these really useful boxes, which are really useful and I really like them, and everything is stored in together, but these tins are just so nice, and I'm really excited that I finally got them. So they've got this kind of hinge on the side like all of his kind of tins, and the thing on the bottom, and then you lift up the top and then all of the alcohol inks fit in so nicely inside. I'm sure you could take out this sort of insert if you wanted to and have other things inside of it, but then the lid goes on. It's not too bad of a size to kind of fit anywhere. I think you could probably fit this in one of the Alex drawers. I haven't tried it yet, they only just came in literally about half an hour ago. And then that obviously fits in wherever you want it, so and they don't move around, and I can put them in colour order, and I'm just really happy, as you could probably tell. So really glad I finally got hold of those. And like I said, all of that was from Joanna Sheen, which is a shop here in the UK. Really great customer service, and I do believe that they ship worldwide, but you can pick everything up that I've ordered from there, I believe, from Simon Says Stamp as well. So that was everything that I bought in the month of March. Thank you so much for watching. I'll have links to everything in the description bar on YouTube and also over on my blog. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.